Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of What's Happening on Saugus TV. I'm Brian Nadeau, the Executive Director of Saugus TV and the host of the program. The school committee met last week with the big agenda item being the naming of the interim superintendent. Production manager Michelle Fox covered this one and joins us now to tell you who the committee chose. Michelle?
Thanks, Brian. I'm Michelle, the production manager. Last Thursday, the school committee met on Zoom for a brief meeting. After holding an executive session, they returned and announced that while Superintendent Erin McMahon is on paid administrative leave, Michael Hashem will be the interim superintendent. You can watch this meeting on Channel 9 or on our Vimeo page. We also have a brand new episode of What's Cooking for You. This time, the sassy chef Amanda made us stuffed grape leaves, which is a Greek dish perfect for serving as an appetizer. You can watch this episode at 8:30 p.m. on Tuesday, February 7th on Channel 8 or anytime on Vimeo. That's it for me. Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Michelle. Board of Selectmen also met last week. I'm not sure what they discussed at that meeting, but John Bruden knows, and he's here to give us all the details. John?
Hey, Saugus. John Prudent here with the lowdown on what went down at the Selectmen. The agenda for the night's relatively short proceedings included a couple of correspondences, a citizen's comment concerning a property tax demand notice, a public hearing for an S2 permit application, as well as a reappointment to the Cemetery Commission and comments and motions by the selectmen themselves. As always, you can catch a rebroadcast of this meeting on Saugus TV Government Channel 9. Check the Saugus TV website and program guide for date and time. And don't forget, as with all the meetings we record, you can find them available online at vimeo.com/Saugus Television. That's it, but not all, because back to Brian we go for the rest of the show.
Thanks, John. Program manager Rachel Brugman was quite busy last week. Pay close attention to the Saugus TV program schedules to catch it all. All yours, Rach.
What's up, Saugus? I'm Rachel Brugman, and I'm going to tell you what's happening in programming. Before we get to that, there was a planning board meeting last week where they held a public hearing for a site plan review permit at 1753 Broadway. You can see that meeting Thursday at 8:30 p.m. on Channel 9. This week on Channel 8, you can check out another amazing episode of What's Cooking. This time, sassy chef Amanda made stuffed grape leaves that our veggie munchers gave 5 stars. Tuesday night at 8:30. Then at 9 p.m. on Tuesday, you can see a new episode of GLSS TV, where they made a hearty beef stew. Cool. Reeling, the movie review show, with your host, Laura Clifford, will air Wednesday at 3 p.m. Laura rates movies like Last Film Show, After Love, and The Sun. Then on Thursday at 7 p.m., you can watch Saugus Over Coffee, brought to you by Mark Vogler of the Saugus Advocate. This time, they discuss the needs of Precinct 1. Precinct 2's Coffee Talk will be February 13th at 6:30 p.m. in the Saugus Public Library. So if you are in Precinct 2, that means this meeting is for you. Friday at 9 p.m. will be In the Toy Box. This time, Kevin and Matthew talk about Shogun Warriors. For all of you that don't know who those are, I don't either. Saturday evening at 10 is the 1988 comedy that you've been waiting for, Heathers. At Westerberg High, cliques and jocks rule, and all the popular girls are named Heather. That's must-see TV. Now for your sports on Channel 22 in Saugus. All new games will air at 8:30 p.m. We start off with hockey versus Oakmont from the 4th on Tuesday. Thursday will be boys basketball versus Gloucester from the 7th, and Friday will be hockey versus Masconomet from the 8th. That's what's happening this week in programming. To see all of our TV listings, visit saugustv.org. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Rachel. And joining us now from the set of The Graph Report is the host of The Graph Report, Nick Graffio, as well as sports producer Anthony Michella with last week's SHS sports games. Take it away, guys.
What's up, Saugus? Sports producer Anthony Michella here with the host of The Graph Report, Nick Graffio. And as you can see, we are on set and ready to go because we saved the best for last, didn't we, Nick?
Yes, we did.
the girls' varsity soccer team. But that's later, so let's get into last week's coverage. Now, Monday the 30th, the boys' varsity basketball took on the Lynn Tigers, and that was at home in the gymnasium. 2 cameras and Binner and Nick calling the game. It was an overtime win, and it also happened to be our game of the week. With a big dunk from Josh Asawi to close it out with some authority. Nick, who was our player of the game?
The player of the game goes to senior Max Anajar, where he had lots of big plays, which are lots of assists, steals, and also big clutch plays, and also free throws in that game when it mattered. He performed well in all cylinders, up and down the court. Great job by Max, and congrats.
That's right. Congratulations, Max. Now, Wednesday the 1st, we were back for another boys varsity basketball, this time against the KIPP Academy Panthers. And guess what? We had another overtime victory, and we are now clinched for postseason play, including, I believe, home games for both the boys and girls. Friday was a cancellation. The girls were set to dismantle Salem at basketball like usual, but only 2 players from Salem showed up to school. Apparently it was the thought of cold weather and losing big to the Sachem's girls, who are on fire right now. So stay tuned for a rescheduled date. Now, Saturday I was off with Nick to McVan O'Keefe Arena in Peabody for some Peabody Saugus hockey. It had been almost a month since we've covered a game for them, and they gave us a hell of a game to come back to. All the goals scored by our Saugus boys, and we took the lead with minutes left. Nick, tell everybody about that banger.
I was joined with Kevin Mulhern from Peabody. Here's a rundown. First up, Dante with 2 goals. Then Mike Capone with 1. And then the game-winning goal and the go-ahead goal with Ryan Jones with that one. It wasn't Josh Lewis. It was Ryan Jones. My correction to those who watched. It was a good night for the Saugus guys. The Tanners take the win 4-3.
And now it's just about time to finish up setup here for the Graph Report. We're excited to have the girls in, and you'll even be able to catch it later tonight. After you watch this, of course. And you can catch all of our live coverage on YouTube and all the replays your little heart can desire on Channel 22 throughout the day. And all of our past games are available 24/7 on YouTube. It's another busy week of sports coverage ahead, so stay tuned to Saugus TV, wherever you like best. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or at home on channels 8, 9, and 22. Well, that's it from Saugus Sports. Back to you, Brian.
Thanks, guys, and good luck on today's show. Well, that'll do it for this episode of What's Happening. Remember, if you like what you see here and would like to get involved with Saugus TV in any way, including producing your own show like Nick, or podcast, or helping us out in any of our productions, please give us a call at 781-231-2883 or email us at info@saugustv.org. Have a good week, Saugus, and thanks for watching.